There is an unnamed fear that haunts us more than anything else. It is not the fear of death, but the fear of being forgotten. We spend our entire lives trying to carve our names into history, to leave a mark so that when we are gone, we do not simply vanish into oblivion. But time is a fierce wind that cannot be fought. It blows over every tombstone, every monument, and slowly erases all traces of human effort. This fear is not just biological, it is the ego's cry against the brutal truth of impermanence. Welcome to the still mind, a small rest stop for your soul. Today we will do the most terrifying thing. We will accept oblivion, and we will use that very fear to find wholeness and meaning in the here and now. Chapter 1. The Shadow of Meaninglessness. Our fear of being forgotten is a form of projection. We fear that if we disappear, our life will have been meaningless. But the truth is, your existence has value independently of whether others remember your name or not. The ego refuses to accept impermanence. It wants eternity. It wants to conquer time by etching its name onto the monuments of others. This is the desperate attempt of the self to fight the reality that everything will pass. We fear death, not because of death itself, but because death is the final erasure of all our desperate attempts to be relevant. Amor Fati teaches us to look at the uncertainty, not with fear, but with compassion. Embrace oblivion as a necessary part of the cycle, like breathing in and breathing out, like day giving way to night. You do not need to be a blazing exclamation mark in the universe. You only need to be a peaceful comma in a story much larger than your own. The memory of humanity is a small vessel. It is not built to hold the whole ocean of reality. The fear of being forgotten is the fear of a self that feels isolated. It fears losing its label, losing its purpose. Recognize that you are a part of a much greater whole. Even if the sand particle is blown away, the beach remains.
Chapter 2. Memento Mori's Remedy. Memento Mori means, remember that you must die. This is not a threat. It is the most powerful call to action. If you knew you only had one day left to live, would you still waste it worrying about what others think of you? Memento Mori forces us to ask, what is the core value I want to live out in this moment? Your worth is not in the duration of your existence, but in the quality of the life you offer. Seneca said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." External oblivion is inevitable. Self-oblivion is the real tragedy. Distinguish reputation, that which will forget you, and character, that which you take with you when you die. The fear of being forgotten is an invitation. It invites you back to the stillness of the present moment. If you live a virtuous life today, the oblivion of the world is no longer a threat. The world's validation is meaningless. Your own validation of your life is eternal. Recognize that oblivion is a part of natural law, just as a leaf must fall to feed the earth. Turn the fear of death into the energy to live. Memento Mori is not a final stop. It is a launch pad. Chapter 3. Exercises of the dust particle. Practice 1. The smallness view. When the anxiety of meaninglessness strikes, try to look at everything from the perspective of a dust particle. From that tiny viewpoint, all fame, all criticism dissolves into a small, negligible whisper in the cosmos. Practice 2. Impermanence breath meditation. Inhale, feel the life. Exhale, accept the passing of the moment. Each breath is a creation and a death. You practice accepting the death of the moment, so you no longer fear the death of a lifetime. Practice 3. Sowing the anonymous seed. Do good deeds without needing to leave a trace. You don't need the world to remember. You only need the universe to know that in that moment you offered love. When you stop trying to leave a footprint, you will truly begin to leave a light. This is the peace of the finite, a life that is short, but brilliant and utterly authentic. The oblivion of the world is the greatest gift. It gives you yourself back. Live every moment like a shooting star, brief, but without regret. You are a particle of golden dust, small, yet containing the entire cosmos. I am the still mind. Thank you for spending this moment of silence with me.